Welcome back to Hockey Eastern Ontario's Rule of the Week, where each week we take a rule from the Hockey Canada rulebook and break it down for our officials, our coaches, and our players so that they can better understand the rule and how it's applied in a game situation. As the playoffs have recently started and tensions rise a little bit, today we're going to talk about the difference between unsportsmanlike conduct penalties and disrespectful, abusive, and harassment type penalties. Stay tuned. Okay, so this week we're going to talk a little bit about the difference between unsportsmanlike conduct penalties and abusive, disrespectful, and harassment penalties, because they actually carry a different weight when it comes to suspension. So let's jump right into it. So 11.1 unsportsmanlike conduct penalties includes, but is not limited to, any player or team official challenging or disputing an official's decision, or displaying any other form of unsportsmanlike behavior towards any person. Penalties that can be assessed to a player for this include a 2-minute minor penalty, a 10-minute misconduct penalty, or a game misconduct penalty, which is recorded on the sheet as 10 minutes, but the player leaves the game, whether it's first, second, or third period, and a GM 20 is recorded in TTM as a game incident report. Penalties that can be assessed to a team official, a minor penalty, or a game misconduct penalty. Again, 10 minutes recorded on the sheet, a GM 20 is recorded in TTM as part of the GIR. For 11.2, disrespectful and abusive behavior, disrespectful is defined as words or actions deemed rude, unpleasant, inappropriate, or unprofessional, and found to be offensive to others, but not rising to the level of conduct described as discrimination. Abusive is defined as targeted, persistent, or excessively profane words or actions that are intended to intimidate, threaten, belittle, or demean an individual, which is often of a personal nature, but does not rise to the level of conduct described in 11.4 discrimination. Penalties, again, it can be assessed to a player, a minor, a misconduct, or a game misconduct. These are recorded as a GM 21. For a team official, it's a minor penalty or a game misconduct, also recorded as a GM 21. So one important thing to note here for referees, we use the ladder system when calling penalties, okay? What that means is that a player or a coach may first be given a warning, followed by an unsportsmanlike conduct, followed by a game misconduct in the cases of coaches, or a 10-minute misconduct, and then a game misconduct for players. Having said that, there is nothing in the rules that require us to do this. So if the behavior at the beginning is so difficult and challenging that it earns a game misconduct penalty, that's what we should be calling. However, in cases where coaches or players are getting a little yappy on the ice and saying things they shouldn't, typically we like to start with, hey, that's enough. Next time you're going to the box, okay? And then work our way up from there. But again, we don't have to do that. This is the subjectivity. I'm going to show you a couple of examples. We're going to assume the behavior has escalated throughout the game, okay? And at this point, you're going to be given a game misconduct penalty to a coach or to a player. Here are a couple of phrases you might hear, and I'd like you to indicate whether you think this is an unsportsmanlike conduct or a disrespectful and abusive behavior conduct. If someone says, you're an awful referee, the worst I've ever seen, we consider this a GM 21, disrespectful and abusive behavior, because they're specifically making comments about the official and their officiating as with respect, instead of just about the call itself. How much are they paying you to make those calls? Again, GM 21, disrespectful and abusive behavior. They're targeting the official, questioning their integrity and bias, okay? That was an awful call. That's an unsportsmanlike penalty. Again, because we're focused on the call itself, not about the official personally, okay? Now, if they start cursing and swearing and all of this, this could raise it to a GM 21, but for now, that would be a GM 20. You missed 3 on them, and now you're going to call that one on us. This is a GM 20 again. It's an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. It's criticizing the call, not the official personally. You're brutal. Okay, so disrespectful and abusive behavior because they're targeting the official, not the call specifically, okay? So what happens if the team official or player is assessed a minor penalty and continues to dispute the call? That's an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. Again, the focus is on targeting the call and not the official on a personal level. Now, when it comes to saying things are, disrespectful, or I was disrespected, I mean, these things can be argued, of course. But what we're looking at here is trying to create a standard across the board. In preparation for this video today, I pulled out some statistics. Since February the 1st until today of recording, Saturday, March the 4th, we have found 50 penalties called against coaches for either unsportsmanlike behavior for GMs or GM 21 for disrespectful and abusive behavior. 24 of those were for unsportsmanlike conduct, one of them for conduct towards a green armband official. 26 of those penalties for GM 21s for disrespectful and abusive behavior, 2 of them towards officials wearing green armbands. The level of hockey, U10, 9-year-olds. For players, we saw 37 penalties for GM 20s and GM 21s. So in total, we had 87 penalties in about 33 days. For officials on the ice who have to call GM penalties, whether they're 20s or GM 21s on coaches or players, this can be difficult and unsettling. We encourage officials after these games to reach out and debrief with a colleague, with a friend, with a family member, or you can contact your local RIC, or you can reach out to myself or John Reed as well. We don't want you to think that you're alone in dealing with these types of penalties. We know that in general, players and coaches are not bad people. They just get in the intensity of the game, and sometimes behavior escalates to a situation that is untenable. We would like to get these numbers reduced, though, because 50 penalties to coaches and only 37 to players sets a bad precedent as adults in the room who need to exemplify better behavior during hockey games. As always, if you have any questions or concerns about anything you've seen in the video today, don't hesitate to reach out to me. My email address and contact information is below. You can also reach out to the referee-in-chief of Hockey Eastern Ontario. His name is John Reed, super nice guy. His email address is below as well. Very quick to respond to emails, that guy. So feel free to email John as well. You can also reach out to your local referee-in-chief, your association president. They can provide some guidance and assistance as well. Before we go, don't forget to hit that like button down in the bottom of the screen. You can also subscribe to our channel. That's down in the bottom of the right-hand screen here as well. Just a quick thing before we go. Some referees have asked about getting a written copy of the rule book. We don't sell them here in HEO, but BC Hockey does. So I'm going to leave a note in the description where you can actually purchase that rule book if you'd like, and you can buy it online from them and they'll ship it to you. Okay? Until next week, have a wonderful and safe week. We'll see you back here real soon.